Hey Sam, what is your why? How did you determine it? So for me, it's not like something very specific, like I want to buy this house and do this thing and that. For me, I just want to be the absolute best that I possibly can. So like, I want to test the limits of myself and see how far I can go. Like, how disciplined can I be? How healthy can I be? How smart can I be? How good at solving problems can I be? I want to test those limits like an athlete does. You know, they're like, can we go further than this? Is it really possible to keep going? That's what I want to find out. So that's the first part. The second part is I kind of think of myself as like a mountain climber. Like, I like watching those movies or documentaries about the people who climb massive mountains, like the first people to climb like Mount Everest or something, and how no one's done it before, and you know, they want to climb this thing. It's just the same, really. Like, I want to try and reach those pinnacles, but in business. So like, how far can I go with consulting.com? At the beginning, I thought a consulting business had its limits at like 100 grand a year when you were maxed out with clients. But then I figured out that you didn't even have to do the work. You could teach them how to do it. And then I was able to get to the millions. And then I figured out how to do ads and funnels and marketing automation. And then I figured out how to make my training for any niche. Then I figured out how to go into all of the different countries. Then I figured out how to make it work for men, women, and from people who are 16 all the way through to like 80. I keep figuring out all of the limits that I thought existed before and find them to not be true. And so, you know, now I've figured out, I can see it clear as anything. Like, I can make consulting go to 100 million a year. And if it goes to 100 million a year in revenue, then that's got a valuation of $1 billion. And if we can do that, then we can float on the NASDAQ for $1 billion. Now I'm a billionaire. But then the next question I'm going to ask myself is, how much further can it go? You know, like, I just always want to just go further. I just want to push the limits of everything and see how far it can go. And that's really what I like doing. That's my why. Just like those mountain climbers want to like keep climbing those damn mountains. How do you stay hungry after you're already making 30 grand a month? Well, because I don't define my things by the money, right? If my goal was to make like 100 grand a month or something, I would have given up ages ago. And that's actually how I plateaued early on, because my initial goals were like, get my own place, buy a Ferrari, and then like, that was pretty much it, I think, actually. And I did that, and then I was kind of like lost and plateauing for ages because I didn't have a new goal. So then I set it to like buy a boat. Then I got hungry again, started working again. Then I wanted a faster Ferrari. So then I started working again and it was fun again. But then I got the boat, got the faster Ferrari, and then I was plateauing again. So I was like, all right, this isn't the way to do it. Obviously I need to aim for something that's infinite. So what I'm aiming for now, I'll never achieve it, because by the time I get there, I'll want more. So just think about it as in terms of like self-potential, or, you know, your potential. Like, how far can you actually go? How good can you get? How do you stay hungry after you're already making 30 grand a month? I mean, that means your mission isn't like something more than just the money. You know, my mission is to go as far as I can possibly go. So as soon as like 30 grand enough is not enough. I can't pay my staff with that much money. I can't pay really, I'd be in so much trouble if I made that much money. So, you know, it's nowhere near even enough. Like, one thing that's awesome about when you have a big goal is that whenever you make money, you'll just start investing more of it into the business. And because you're not, you know, you always are saving too, so that your cash reserves and your pile of cash is growing up at the same time. But I pretty much put all of my money back into the business. And because I'm trying to grow it, I'm trying to go somewhere, and I use it as fuel. It's like fuel that burns to like achieve the goal. I actually call it my war chest. So, you know, the amount of money you make and you have piled up, that's like what I call the war chest, because it's in war times. If a country had, like way back, they actually would have a chest full of like gold and things. And that's what would be like powering their army to win the battle. And that was their war chest. And if it got depleted, I mean, they'd lose the war. And so that's what I think of it as not as like money for me, but money for my battle and money for my mission. And so I don't look at it in there as like, oh, how many cars or watches can I buy? I look at it as how many smart people can I hire? How much Facebook ads can I run? What investments can I make that are going to give me a disproportionate advantage over everybody else? Like, how can I use this thing to go even further? Start thinking about it like that.